What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the 5 must-see games of 2022. As we saw over the course of December, the fixture came out. Didn't really get an opportunity to talk about the games coming up this year, and while we had the Christmas break and pre-season is now into full swing, I thought why not have a look at some of the games you can look forward to and actually you must attend in 2022. So let's get straight into it, to the games you should look forward to and see this year. Now, all of these games, I will say, are not directly linked to be at the Adelaide Oval. A couple are actually interstate. So, varying from what the article said on the Port Adelaide website about the games you must see from the point of view of Port Adelaide, I've gone with a little bit of a different turn on these games. So, let's get straight into it. Number one, the big game you must see is Port Adelaide versus Melbourne. Thursday night footy at the Adelaide Oval. It's round 4. It's going to be a massive game. The Premiers are coming to Adelaide, and all the Adelaide Melbourne supporters can see their Premiership side come up against Port Adelaide, who, well, we're going for it this year again. So it's going to be a massive game early on. Going to set the tone for our season as well. Quite similar to last year where Port played Richmond, round 4 at the Adelaide Oval. And Port Adelaide came up 2-point winners. At that stage, Richmond was still a powerhouse, and obviously the Premiership winners from 2020. So, similar game again at the Adelaide Oval. It's going to be massive. Thursday night footy. Got to be there. 4 weeks later, Port Adelaide take on the Western Bulldogs. This is the second game I reckon you have to see in 2022 at the Adelaide Oval. It's going to be Friday night footy. We love a Friday night game. The Port fans do. Got one of the biggest averages in terms of crowd for Friday night games. So, when it comes to that, we're going to be attending. We're going to be there. Hopefully, it's a full capacity this year for all attendances, which I think we have our fingers crossed for that one, and it should be regardless. But that's a whole different story there. But play them in the prelim. The Western Bulldogs coming up, the grand finalists. Another game that's probably round 8 is going to be an in the balance type round, because you're going to have the early stages of the year where you might be 5-2, you might be 4-3. You just don't know still where you sit. You come up against the Western Bulldogs side, who are more than capable of going all the way again this year. So that's a one game I reckon you should lock in your calendars and delete any events you're going to, because you got to be at the Adelaide Oval on that Friday night. The third game you should be watching at least. I don't know if you're going to attend this one, but Port Adelaide versus Geelong, round 10. We returned to GMHBA Stadium for the first time in over, I think, 4 or 5 years, if I'm correct. The last time we played Geelong at GMHBA Stadium would have been round 12 or 13 in 2017, I reckon, where Dixon had that shot clock debacle and everything was happening, and Dangerfield kicked a goal with 2 minutes to go and won the game for the Cats. We return to GMHBA Stadium. I reckon this might be another blockbuster game. It might be a Thursday night or a Friday night fixture. We've had some good form against Geelong of late, playing them at the Adelaide Oval in the qualifying final and not quite getting over the line last year at the Adelaide Oval again. But I think when it comes to it, there's an opportunity to make a statement at GMHBA Stadium in Geelong's home ground. We don't see too many opposition victories. That's a big one, and that's in my calendar, because I think there's a lot more games you can look at, and there's a lot of honourable mentions. Port versus Essendon at home, so Doug Nicholls round is always a special feature for Port Adelaide, wearing the Indigenous Guernsey. It's an Indigenous round, and that whole cultural aspect of that game is so important. Anzac round as well is always a staple in our fixture. I haven't put it in the must-see games this year because we are playing West Coast, and that is at 4:10 on a Saturday afternoon, which I'm a little bit pissed about because I'll be playing footy and probably have to miss that one. So it's not great timings, the Saturday twilight, so I didn't really put that in, but there's still great games that I must see and probably very important to our season in general. So there's a few games there that I reckon you must see. But the next one I'm going to mention, and the fourth game you must see this year, is Port Adelaide versus Sydney. I reckon this game will be a big Friday night or a Saturday night clash at the Adelaide Oval. We seem to have great games against the Swans, and in particular last year, where with 2 minutes to go, you've got Sam Mays and Scotty Lysette, the unsung heroes, unlikely heroes to kick winning goals, and we win by 10 points after a fantastic performance from Buddy Franklin. So that game was a really important piece of last year, and again I think that this one will set up a big back end to the season. We'll know where we stand. And I think the Swans have a lot more improving to do, and especially with their young brigade, it's going to be a mighty challenge. So there'll be a lot of Swan supporters there, great atmosphere, and another great opportunity. So I reckon you must see that one, Port fans. And finally, the biggest one of the lot, I reckon, because I know what's going to happen and I know what's to come. This is round 23. It is going to be Showdown 52. The biggest showdown of the year. Forget the Friday night at 7:30, the Adelaide Crows home game where they thought they got a Friday night game, but it's actually going to be broadcasted on Foxtel, so won't get bugger all exposure anyway like normal, which the showdown deserves regardless of whose home game it is and all that, which is nothing against the Crows, nothing against Port Adelaide or anything like that. It's purely the fixturing and this stupid broadcast debacle where they think that 2 Friday night games is going to get even more interest. But in saying that, this one is Showdown 52. It's going to be the last round of the year. This may set up a big finals campaign, might put us in a top 2 position, who knows, and the Crows are going to be, I reckon, a bit more of a fierce competitor in 2022. Then there's this whole different debate, the off-field debate. Are we going to wear the prison bars? Because you remember in the fixture video, there was a question mark to be confirmed for a Guernsey. And this one has the potential to be set up for a Saturday night fixture wearing the prison bars in the last home and away game of 2022. You couldn't get more epic than that. So get to that one, Port fans. I don't know any more on what's going to happen then. We'll wait till later in the year when that happens. It's only January. And when we get to that game in August or September, we're going to be wearing the prison bars. I'll be putting money on it. But regardless of that, they're the must-see games of Port Adelaide's 2022 fixture, so make sure you get around them. Let me know in the comments below as well what games you're looking forward to in particular. Round 1's going to be epic against Brisbane. Round 2, first home game against Hawthorn. There's countless others. There's St Kilda in round 9. I think we're playing it in Cairns, Ghazali Stadium, which is going to be epic. We haven't played up there, I don't think, in ever. So a lot to look forward to fixturing-wise. Melbourne, we play at TIO Stadium in Darwin. So many epic contests to come this way in 2022, so I look forward to seeing what you think about these ones, but also look forward to seeing you at the footy, so I can't wait. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, for plenty more Port Adelaide and AFL content coming your way across 2022. Hit that subscribe button. My name is Anthony, and as always, can't the pair.